Lighting is one of the key ingredients to creating successful photographs. It not only determines the brightness and darkness of your images, but it also sets the overall mood and tone. Most of us start photographing using natural light like the sun, or ambient light, which is the available light in a room, which provides the highlights, shadows, and tone that make up our images. But with natural light and ambient light, you have little control over the quality, quantity, and placement of the light and shadows. Monolights like the Unplugged TTL 400 and TTL 600 from ProMaster give you the power and control that you need to craft the types of images that you're looking for. In our last video, we showed you how to use ProMaster Unplugged monolights in a studio setting for portraiture. Today, we'll show you how to use ProMaster Unplugged monolights outdoors to balance the ambient light and create some beautiful outdoor portraits. When shooting outside, we can certainly use the natural ambient sunlight to capture this portrait, but unfortunately, we can't control the sun or the clouds. If the sun is too intense, we can't soften it or adjust its output. If the clouds overtake the sun, we're powerless to adjust the placement of our light source. One of the most compelling reasons to use a monolight outdoors is fill flash, a lighting technique which is used to brighten deep shadowed areas. The monolight fills in the light where the ambient light doesn't fall. In the case of this portrait location, there's more light behind the model, causing her to be backlit and casting a harsh shadow across her face and body. A high-powered monolight can produce enough light to overpower these shadows. If you've watched the other videos in the series, you know that one of the advantages of a monolight over speedlights or continuous light is that it's much easier to shape the light due to the large selection of available light shaping tools. For this photo, I'll use a ProMaster 36-inch octagonal softbox. Not only does it make the light source bigger and softer, the octagonal shape creates beautiful round catchlights in our subject's eyes. On a TTL monolight, the power the light emitted is directly controlled by the camera's metering system. The Unplugged TTL transmitter is what allows my camera to communicate with the monolight. The camera's meter will read the scene and determine how brightly the monolight needs to flash. TTL frees you from having to manually meter the scene or adjust the camera and monolight settings manually. If I want to adjust the brightness of the light, I can do so right from the transmitter, up or down in 1/3 of a stop increments, as much as plus or minus 3 stops. This is called flash exposure compensation. TTL gives you fast, reliable, automatic results. Flash exposure compensation allows you to brighten and darken the photo based on your photographic vision. Unplugged monolights are battery powered and wireless. I don't need to be tethered to my camera to operate the lights, thanks to the 2.4 GHz radio transmitter. The included battery can give me up to 320 full power shots on a single charge. Extra batteries are super affordable, lightweight, and easy to swap out. Aperture is the amount of light that's coming into your lens. It controls my depth of field or how far the focus extends beyond my subject. A lower number, like f2.8, means less depth of field. A higher number, like f22, means more depth of field. Shutter speed is the amount of time in which the light passing through your aperture hits the camera's sensor. When using a flash, a slower shutter speed allows in more ambient light, while a faster shutter speed allows in less ambient light. However, every camera has a flash sync speed, which is the fastest shutter speed you can use when using your flash. It's usually somewhere between 1/60th and 1/250th of a second. Using a speedlight or a monolight with a shutter speed faster than your camera's flash sync speed can result in a black band from your shutter curtain across part of your image. On a bright day like today, this limitation can present some challenges. Because there is so much ambient light coming into my lens, and I can't limit the amount of light by shooting at a faster shutter speed than my flash sync speed, I have to stop down my aperture to f11 or above. This creates a far deeper depth of field than I would like. On a single portrait like this, I'd like my aperture to be around f5.6, so I'm losing depth of field just behind my model's ears. If I was shooting a group of people, f8 to f11 would do the trick to make sure everyone is in focus. Luckily, this is where high-speed sync comes in. High-speed sync is a TTL technology that is offered by many cameras that allows you to use your flash at shutter speeds faster than your flash sync speed. ProMaster Unplugged TTL monolights are compatible with high-speed sync when used in conjunction with a TTL transmitter. Depending on your camera, you may need to turn high-speed sync on, while other systems you can simply choose a fast shutter speed and the camera and the flash will take care of the rest. Check out your camera's instruction manual for details. Once you're in high-speed sync mode, you can shoot at higher shutter speeds to get the wider aperture you're looking for, like in this shot here. Now let's add a second light into our setup. We'll place another Unplugged TTL 600 monolight on the light stand. For a light modifier, we'll use the included 7-inch reflector with the diffuser. We'll place the light just off to the right behind our model. Our goal here is to fill in some shadows and create a highlight to separate our model from the background. Using the monolight controls, let's make sure the light is on the same channel and user ID as our key light. But let's set this group to group B. This will allow us to control the flash exposure compensation of the key light and fill light, independent of each other, right from the transmitter. As you work with your subject, it's easy to miss special moments while waiting for your flash to recycle. This is where the Unplugged TTL600 fast recycle time of 0.1 to 2.5 seconds comes in handy. We've explored how to shape the light with light modifiers, adjust the output of the light from the transmitter, and how to use high-speed sync. The distance of our light sources from our subject is important too. This affects the softness and hardness of our light. Watch what happens to the highlights and shadows on our model as I change the position of the key light. ProMaster Unplugged monolights are constructed of durable aluminum, so they're designed to go with you wherever your creative journey takes you. But if something happens, your kit is covered by ProMaster's 1-year unconditional warranty and US-based support. A single unplugged monolight comes with a battery, charger, 7-inch reflector, and a pop-on diffuser. The Unplugged 2-light kit comes with 2 heads, 2 reflectors and diffusers, 2 light stands, and a rolling storage case. Flash tubes can eventually burn out. Sometimes accidents happen and they break. Luckily, replacement unplugged flash tubes are affordable and can easily be installed wherever you're shooting. ProMaster Unplugged monolights offer wireless freedom at an affordable price. With them, you can take fast, powerful, intuitive, controllable light with you wherever you go. Backed with a 1-year unconditional warranty and US-based support, there's a ProMaster Unplugged light for every photographer. Learn more about Unplugged by visiting ProMaster.com today, and check out our other videos on product photography and in-studio portraiture. Thanks for watching. We look forward to seeing you next time.